Hey everyone, welcome back to Pete's Quarter Life Crisis. I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. It means a lot to me, and I hope to keep on bringing you guys interesting content that you want to watch. So for today's video, I bought a old box of pennies from Witter Coin on Whatnot. Witter Coin is a big coin shop in San Francisco, and they sell a lot of cool stuff. He calls these kind of his mystery boxes. He doesn't know what is exactly he's selling. He brought them in, he bought them from somebody, but he hasn't had time for an employee to go through them yet. So this one is a entire box of Lincoln Error pennies. There were some loose pennies that that were in the packaging that I just put into my own flip, but everything else is a 4x4 flip of loose pennies. So like this first one says it's a 1957S. I did look at a couple of these, but the majority of them I have not, so we could go through them together on video. This one in particular, 1957S, there is no 1957S, and under a just a loop, you know, it does look like a 1957, but I'm pretty sure it's a 1952S with some of the die chopped off a little bit. It's an interesting error. We're going to take a closer look at it on the microscope in a little bit. So let me reposition things and we'll take a better look and go through all of these error coins. Should be pretty fun. Hang in there. Alright, so we're set up. The first thing we're going to look at is this 1957S, but I mean, you can kind of see these flips are pretty old. They're kind of yellowing. Definitely tell that they have some age to them. And this one in particular is rather dirty, so I might have to take it out of the flip. But you can kind of see it does look like a 1957S. We're going to move it over to underneath the microscope and get a better view of what we're trying to look at. So you can kind of see how it does look like there's 1952 underneath, kind of right over underneath there. I am going to take it out of the flip and see if we can't see it a little bit better. So let's not open it over the other stuff. Alright. So just moving it back to the microscope. So almost certain that is a 1952, but it is an interesting potential error. I don't know. I think there was kind of a soft T up there too that seems to be missing. I don't know, it's potential that this is just damaged as well. Hard to say. Let's take a look at it one more time right in front of us, out of the case. It's interesting. I'm going to put that into a new flip now, and we'll move on. The next one here is it says it's a 1960 Double D. Let's see if we can't. Yeah, I can kind of see it in the scope, or through the lens here. Let's move over to the microscope. Yep, definitely a double D. That's cool. I know that there's a small date and large date variety of this, and I don't know. I can't tell the difference. It's usually pretty close. I think one of them's more valuable than the other. So this one seems to have some interesting toning on it. We'll leave this in the flip, but so 1960 double D. Pretty cool. We'll look that up later and maybe have some more information on that. So I'm gonna put that stuff here for now. So the next one is it says a 19S Birdie. Guessing that would be on the Liberty. Yeah, it seems like the LIB, yeah. A little bit of the B showing. So the LI is missing. 1917S. Oldie. Looks like the 17's a little soft as well. Let's take a look underneath the scope. See what we see. Definitely missing the L and the I. Very soft B. The 17 looks fine here. But that's pretty cool. Put that away. Look at the next one. 1953 double D again. All right, another double D. It's pretty hard to tell. We'll go over to the microscope. Oh yeah, definitely doubling on that D there. Again, I don't know what any of these are worth at this point. I don't know the exact conditions, so we'll have to take a better look, and I'll add maybe prices as we go along, what these could potentially be worth. So let's go to the next one, 1952S BIE. Guessing that's again in the Liberty. Yeah, it looks like there's an extra piece of metal in between the B and the E. So that's interesting. Let's take a look underneath the microscope. Yeah, just an extra chunk of metal there. I'm not really sure what you call that, a die cud, I think, or something like that. Not super knowledgeable on the air varieties. I just thought this would be a fun little treasure hunt with you guys, and I can learn along the way. So yeah, 1952S BIE. Did see that there's more of these BIE errors in these coins, so we might skip through some of them. Another BIE. Let's see what it's about the same thing or not. Let's see if I can. Oops, sorry, I'm not extremely good at this yet. Alright, let's put it underneath the scope. Yep, kind of the same thing. Another die cud underneath in between the B and the I. Alright, so we got another BIE. Actually, you even hear pennies at the bottom of this box. Let's see if I can get one of those out and take it in. Another BIE. Another BIE. Oops. Another BIE. 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 Wow, there's a bunch of pennies at the bottom of this box. Looks like I'm gonna have more stuff to go through. 1960. It's not focusing. 1960D. I can't really tell if there's. I know we had the doubling on the D. I don't think that is it, but we'll move it over to the scope and take a look. See if there's any doubling. Do not see that doubling. Nothing there. I don't see anything. Alright, we'll just set those and get a flip and flip up these loose pennies, because I don't know if there are errors in here. It's just weird that they're in the box, at the bottom of the box. Just put loose pennies into a flip. Pull them out as I find them. Alright, another 52S BIE. 52S BIE, a lot of these. 52S BIE, same thing. 55S BIE. 55s interest me a little bit more. I don't think that he would have missed a double die on the date, but that would be amazing if there was a 55 double die. I'm gonna put it underneath the scope in a second. Let's see. 55S. There's that odd. Wonder why there's so many of these. It's interesting. Alright, another 55S BIE. I mean, I can't resist looking for an actual double die 55S. I'm just going to put all these 55S's underneath the microscope. Just take a quick look. Because if there is a 55S, or 55 double die, I will be pretty happy. That would be amazing, considering I only got this box for 200 bucks. Alright, don't see it, but another die cut in between there. Another 55. But there's that die cut. Hopefully it is cut. Another 55. Doubling. But that is interesting. Another 55. It's a little bit lesser. Another 55. And this looks like the last of the 55s. Just take one peek at it. More die cut in there. Interesting. Alright, let's go back. Got a 46S misstrike. Don't know what that means exactly. Looks like it's off center. Or is that error called when it's the retaining wall isn't up? But I think this is just an off center strike by, I don't know, 5%. Looks like the 46 got a pretty weak strike. Let's put it underneath the microscope and see. Yeah, so there's the 46. Alright, it's interesting. There's some it's like the back. More of the same. Let's look at that again. It's not focusing. Alright, doesn't want to focus there. But that's the 46S misstrike. It's interesting. 58D die break. Let's see what that means. I think it's put it underneath the microscope. Thought it was underneath the D, but I guess not. Where is die break? A little corrosion. Alright. look at it again. Sorry, I don't see anything. Set that one aside to look at something else. Another 58D die break. Signaling. Yeah, so right underneath the D here, you can see that what they put on that envelope little thing there. Let's look at that underneath the microscope. Yeah, doesn't really turn out very well underneath the microscope. That's interesting. You can see it better. You can see it better like this. And definitely looks like there's a little die break underneath the D. Interesting. 1958. I assume another die break because it has a little symbol underneath the D. Yeah, gotta see the extra metal below the D again. It's interesting. Some corrosion on it as well. Let's see what this one looks like underneath the scope. Yep, definite corrosion, but the die break doesn't look very significant underneath the scope. So that's interesting. Oops. Oh, there's like 5 pennies loose in the box. Or more than that, I guess. Let's go through those. They all look like in decent condition. Another 1958 die break. Assume that that's where the D is too, but this one has corrosion. Yeah, kind of same thing. Significant corrosion there. 1960 double D. I like the sound of that. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the doubling on the D there. A little bit of corrosion though too. Let's get it underneath the scope. Take a look. Yeah, so I think this is that coin again where there's a large date, small date. Don't know which one it is. I'll have to figure that out. But you can see a little bit of corrosion there to the right of the 0 and right there. So some interesting toning too. It's cool. Back to the next one, which says no date. Well, that's interesting. Does look like there's no date on it, but I don't know. Can you fake that? I don't know. Grind off the date? I don't know. That's interesting. Delete. Looks like some literal grease on the back. Oh, looks like the 1 is rotated. Or the O in the 1. Oh, cent is. Oh, that's weird. Let's look under the scope. See what we see here. This is odd. I don't know. If it was rubbed off, you think you would have seen more damage, but I'm not an expert in purposely damaging coins. Some damage there, anyway. Trust that's all there. Just look at the back. The scent looks interesting. I don't know. This is a wheel mark. Got caught in some machine or something. It significantly moved the metal. Was this minting error? Let me know. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. It's cool though. Don't know how old it is. There's no date. Let's go to the next one. 1959 D clipped planchet. Right. I do see a little clipped planchet at the top. I've seen coins like this before. Oops, I'm doing a horrible job. I apologize. Get better at this. I don't know. Put it underneath the scope for a second. I never know how to tell if it's a clip planchet or just somebody destroyed the coin by doing something to it. But it's interesting. 1959D in any case, with maybe a clipped planchet. Okay, let's go to the next one. 1954S Liberty. Looks like some metal in between the B and the E in Liberty. Scope. Yep, some more die cud. $1954s. Okay, let's go to the next one. Same thing, Liberty. Yeah, looks like the same. 1954S BIE. Some more of these BIEs. Doesn't want to focus on that. Alright, one more scope. I think we're going to skip some of these next ones. Some more Liberties. Yeah, another B. We'll just quick scope some of these. The next one's a 1954S Liberty. More die cud. 52S B. And we'll just flip through them. We'll skip through these. BIE, BIE, BIE. 1952S BIE. 52S BIE, BIE, BIE. Oh, here we go. What's this one? 1960. Let's say D no O. Let's see. If you look on the date, you can't see the 0. Can't see the 0. I don't know why it seems like it's delayed once I add this on the. Alright, I can just put it underneath the scope. Most of the 6 and the 0 are definitely missing, but again, was it somebody scraping it off somehow? I don't know. Don't really know what that means, but there you have it. Here's a 1960 double D. I like that. Another one. I think this is the third 1960 double D, if it's right. Yeah, you can see the doubling on the D again. And another one on the next one. Let's see what this one looks like. 1960 double D. Cool. And the next one is a 60C 60 double D as well. This one's the next one. Alright, let's just put it underneath the scope. 1960 double D. Again, I'll have to figure out if these are large dates or small dates, but that's cool. Another 60 double D. Oops, wrong. Flip over to the microscope, take a look. 60 double D. Cool. 55 BIE. So we're going to skip that. Upside down. What is this? Upside down here. 52S BIE. We're going to skip that. 52S BIE. We're going to skip that. What is this? 1959D off center. Yeah, a little bit. Say that's like 5% or less, I would say. Kind of looks weird. I think it was cleaned. It's got some corrosion on the coin again. I wonder if these weren't stored properly or whatever. whatever. I don't know. Off center. What is this? 1960 double D again. Yeah, another double D. Next one is a double D too. Alright. There you go. Another 1960 double D. I really wish we had a 1955 double die. That would have been nice. Maybe there is. Still a couple more coins to go through. Hold on. Another 60 double D. Back to the scope. Yeah, really nice doubling. Another 60 double D. What's next? 60 D no O again. Yeah. Let's take a look underneath the scope. It's basically the exact same as the other one. It's interesting. 6 with no 0. Alright. Getting to the end of this box. 60 double D again. This one's in pretty good shape, it looks like. Ah, corrosion right on the date. That's a shame. Definitely you see doubling in that D. Let's take a look under the scope and look at this corrosion. Oh yeah, I got little corrosion spots. Oh, wonder if you can clean that. Otherwise, this was a pretty good shape coin. That is a shame. Okay, back to the box, and I flip them over. 1955 BIE. Well, I'm gonna look at it for the double die just because I can't help myself. Nope, same thing. 52S BIE. We'll ignore that for now. 55S BIE. Again, can't help myself. I want a 55 double die penny, but I don't have it. Right there. 52S BIE again. 52S BIE. 52S BIE. 52S BIE as the last penny in the box, except there are those loose pennies. So, I guess I'll quickly go through those, see if we see anything. 1956. I don't know. Let's put it underneath the scope and see. 1956. Corrosion. Don't really see anything. Let's go get another one. 1949S. Let's look underneath the scope. Don't see anything. Maybe these were just loose pennies. They got dropped in there at some point. I don't know. Alright, don't see anything there. Get the next one out of the box. 49S again. Alright, straight to the scope. 49S. I don't know, there's some stuff underneath the S. I'll have to check if there's any errors with this here. But don't see anything. Next one out of the box. Oops, I dropped it. 45S. Take a look underneath the scope. 45S. Don't see anything there. Don't think so. Alright. On to the next one, which is a 53S. But we're going to put under the scope. Well, so far I don't think any of these pennies at the bottom of the box are air coins. Right. There's 3 more. This is the 3rd. Can't see what it says though. Come on. Focus camera. 52S. Don't see anything. Not looking good for these bottom coins. Hopefully this last one could be a 55 double die. 53. 53. Pretty decent condition. Don't see an error. Alright, last one coming out of the box. Another 53D, it looks like. Let's look at it under the scope. 53S. And I already looked at these before I even started. They didn't have anything either that came out of the shipping container, so. Alright, one final look at the mess of coins I just went through. It was pretty fun. I'm not sure I made... Alright, that's it. That was interesting. I mean, nothing super fantastic. I mean, those 1960 D over Ds were pretty cool. I don't know what they're worth yet. I'm gonna have to look through them in post-editing and see. I'll put up prices maybe once I find out more information about each of the coins that you would have seen already. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be doing some other cool videos coming up. I got a lot of material. All right, thanks, bye.